Today we speak with Chris Houston, the CEO at SurfEasy.
Open Wi-Fi hotspots are very easy for hackers to compromise. You don't know who's running it and what they're doing with their data. Really, this is a solution that allows the users to take control over that.
Chris explains to us how SurfEasy's portable USB stick can keep your private data secure on a public network. Hi Chris, thanks for joining us on Skype today.
Thanks very much for having me.
So SurfEasy says that it can provide a secure browsing session on any computer or network. Can you explain that a little bit more for us?
Yeah, sure. So basically we think that SurfEasy is the simplest way to protect your privacy and security on any computer or network. It's a USB key that it's about the size of a credit card. Actually, it's smaller than that. It's just a case that can fit in your wallet, and this is the key itself. You plug it into any computer, it works on a Mac or PC, and on here we have your own personal web browser and internet encryption. So when you plug it in and enter your password, the browser launches and you have all your bookmarks, your passwords, your history, all the stuff that you would want from a normal personal browser. But unlike a normal browser, nothing is ever stored on the computer itself. So when you remove this, all of your personal information goes away, even the browser itself. So your search history, your Facebook login, all that stuff is none of it's left behind for others to see. And then on top of that, we encrypt the internet connection for the computer you're using. So if you're on a Wi-Fi hotspot or a network that otherwise might be monitored or not secured, you don't need to worry about it. Everything that goes in and out of the browser is wrapped in encryption that's better than what the banks use in most cases.
So basically when you first buy the product, the installation process is as simple as you take it out, you plug it in. Is there any other steps at all?
There's actually no software to install. Everything runs from the key itself, so you leave nothing behind on the computer. The only thing you have to do is pick a username and password so that you can log in and you're off and running.
Great. That sounds really easy.
Yeah.
How would somebody receive updates or upgrades?
We're always updating the product, both in terms of browser functionality, where we're powered by Mozilla, so we work with their regular update cycle to improve the functionality of the base browser. All the normal usability stuff works, plus security updates and new feature updates. We're actually pushing one next week that's going to include an update with an on-screen keyboard to help protect against keyloggers, an application called Frontline, SurfEasy Frontline, that will block malicious scripts and flash scripts from running on sites that might be trying to do something nasty with those. And all those updates are available free to our customers, and they just happen in the background, and next time you use the product, it's good to go with the update.
Not everybody is aware of these security risks, or maybe why they're important. Why is it so important that somebody needs to have something like this to protect all their information?
Yeah, I think more often now we're, number one, accessing more of our lives online. The browser is really an extension of ourselves, and we're accessing everything from relationships with family and friends, banking, medical, financial, all this sort of stuff is accessed through the browser. But the browser has historically been something that has a relationship with the computer, not necessarily a relationship with the individual. And then you tie to that all the different networks that a user generally uses during the course of a week or a month. If you think about how much you're traveling and using networks either at the office or at home or in between a coffee shop or on the road or a hotel, you're really trusting a lot of different people with your information, and you have to rely on them to treat it properly, and in most cases, or in a lot of cases, they don't. Open Wi-Fi hotspots are very easy for hackers to compromise. You don't know who's running it and what they're doing with their data. Really, this is a solution that allows the users to take control over that and ensure that no matter where they're connecting or what computer or network they're using, they can be comfortable knowing that they're secure. And I think that's becoming more important to people, and people are becoming more and more aware of that as we move more of our lives online.
Speaking of that, there are a lot of people now that are accessing a lot of their personal information and the internet from their mobile devices. Do you have something in the works for that?
Great question. It's actually one of the most frequent requests we get from our users right now, and it's definitely something we're working on and plan to be launching this year.
So what is the cost of one of these?
Well, SurfEasy, for the key, it costs $59.99, and that includes 2 gigabytes a month of encrypted browsing. So in order to protect the user's internet connection, we create, you can think of it as an encrypted tunnel between the stick and whatever computer you're using it and our private security network. So the bandwidth for that includes 2 gigs a month, which we think for the average user is more than enough if they're using this out of home to do email and Facebook and whatnot. But if you want to do more media intensive things and stream TV and download content and do that all private and securely, we have plans that go up from there, $5 a month, and most users will be fully covered with as much bandwidth as they need.
What happens if somebody loses their USB key?
It's password protected, so you don't have to worry about it. We can transfer your account to your next key and you're off and running.
Do you have patents on what you're doing right now?
Yeah, as I mentioned, a lot of the core technology that we're using are things that have been available for a while, but where I think we really innovate is on the ease of use. There's a lot of interesting little features and functionalities that we've done that hopefully, if we've done it right, the average user won't even notice, but enable it to be a plug-and-play simple process. And that's where we're trying to file several patents on, really around that ease of use. There was MP3 players were around a long time before the iPod came out, but that ease of use and simplicity is what made it, and we think that's the right strategy for our IP protection.
Where do you think this company is going? What's the future for SurfEasy?
A multi-billion-dollar valuation in no time. We're working with a lot of interested retailers and distributors. We really only launched the product a couple of months ago online, but already we've signed up some international distributors and working on retail distribution partnerships. So we hope in the next few months you'll be able to find it at most retail outlets that you'd find normal consumer electronics, and we want to grow from there with mobile, as we talked about, and other product categories. So we think the time's right for a full suite of products around internet privacy and security, and we want to be the guys that provide that.
Well, that's great. You've given us a lot of really great information today, and hopefully you'll keep us posted on the updates that are coming up and all of your success. Thanks so much for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you giving us the opportunity, and thanks again.
For more information on SurfEasy and other companies that we're going to be talking to, check out Cadella.com.